But these good times were all financed by burning venture capital dollars. Now, to play devil's advocate again, this is actually not that unusual when building out a marketplace. Customers won't spend money on the app if there are no restaurants to buy from, restaurants won't register on a platform that has no customers, and drivers won't make any money if there is no food to be delivered. So to get things started, the market maker usually does need to sweeten the deal in every direction.
Nowadays, their mission has changed from growing the number of transactions to growing how much they make from those transactions. But how much they can push on each participant really depends on how hard they are to replace. All of these groups are still growing, but while total revenue from customers increased by around 35% in the last 2 years, the total number of active gig workers on the platform increased by around 80% over the same time period.
Damn, the game getting messed up, y'all. If you got a good job, hold on to it. It's getting harder and harder. Gig work is going away. Specifically when you consider like those Waymo cars and stuff. If you driving and delivering stuff, man, I feel for those gigs.
This would mean that even if there were no changes in how this revenue was divided up, there is simply less money per driver even without considering inflation. But the real point here is that drivers have become the easiest group in this triangle to replace. So it's easier for Uber to cut costs from them without destabilizing their market. Now, I know that this is a lot of numbers to confirm what you probably already knew. Pay and conditions for the most common type of gig work is getting worse. But by understanding these numbers, you can see how this can very quickly become a dangerous feedback loop, especially if these customers can no longer justify spending twice as much on their food to have it hand-delivered across town.
Right.
Now, maybe this could be written off as pure speculation from people who have spent too long looking at company financials, except for the fact that, in a lot of markets, it's already happening, and the results have not been pretty. So it's time to learn how money works to find out what happens when there is no room left in the gig economy.
And listen, they say in different markets, if you look at like China is so far ahead of us. We're not even in the same planet, basically, what the Chinese are doing with robotics, with delivering stuff. Like we just starting to get like Walmart delivering things through drones and stuff. China been doing that for a minute. Haircuts, everything you could think of, you could get on the street in China. I don't know about the haircuts. I think that's AI.
This video is sponsored by Cape,
Well,
the
know about
privacy
Cape.
foundation for security of personal and automatic 5G core abilities. The feature that is at your risk than attempts dollar. If you want to low money. Okay, so as the gig economy platforms are playing this little game, the perfect outcome for the company in the middle here, trying to maximize their own bottom line, would be a large group of people with a lot of disposable cash who are not very price sensitive, and an even bigger group of people over here without much negotiating power who just need whatever money they can get. And oh, would you look at that? It's a statistic you are probably all getting sick of hearing me repeat. The top 10% of households are now doing a record 50% of the spending, while the bottom 60% of households are doing a record low of just 20%. This growing divide is not great. But for a company like Uber, it's been a golden opportunity to squeeze more money for a worse service out of customers while simultaneously squeezing more service for less money out of its contractors. Also, let's be honest with ourselves. A lot of that gap is being bridged by pushing for tips harder as well. For the first 3 years of the company, they didn't even have a direct tipping option because the company itself called the practice tacky. Today, it's the expectation,
Right.
and it's pushed very hard.
Which is weird because that's cultural too. Like in some countries, you don't tip. It's almost insulting. Like I heard in France, you know, where they got the garçon, which is interesting because the word means boy. But the garçon, you tip the garçon, it's like insulting. What you saying? I ain't making no money here. I'm doing good.
First-hand reports from drivers and restaurants have backed up what the big picture numbers are suggesting. A lot of locations are doing record volumes of deliveries, but individual drivers are finding it increasingly hard to find consistent deliveries or rides, which means they can spend hours a day just waiting for an opportunity to work. When they do get jobs, it's clear that the platform is taking a larger share of the pie.
Ouch.
Like this example of a $64 ride here in LA, paying out just $12.43 to the driver. Of course,
Off of $63, so the customer pays $63 and you get $12. That's not even half. That's crazy. It almost makes you want to try it on your own, but you have no recourse. Like you can't run your own personal delivery service. How would you contact people? But then even with AI today, I guess you can make an app of some sort. Because like, what if you like your Uber driver, you know, and you want that particular person? Can you hook something up on the side? You know, is that illegal?
this is just one example, but it is a pretty damning one. Another factor that has allowed these companies to squeeze harder from every direction is interest rates. For a while, competition was actually quite fierce in the delivery gig workspace as dozens of regional startups tried to take market share away from the primary players. Today, most of them have either become the incumbents, been acquired by the incumbents, or they have gone out of business. The blitzscaling.
So the other driving, like, Lyft's still around. What else they got? I ain't blow a lot of money on that because I know when the pandemic first started, I was ordering stuff like Uber Eats and DoorDash and all that other stuff. But I just noticed the prices was so much higher. I'm like, I'm getting got, especially when I wanted to come outside anyway. You can't stop me from coming outside. Is the store open? I'm going down there.
Business model of burning billions of investor dollars until cementing market share only really worked in a low interest rate environment where it didn't cost much to just keep on piling in more cash. If a competitor wanted to enter the market today to offer a better service or pay gig workers more competitively, they would not only need to cover their operating costs while taking market share, they would also need to cover interest payments that would be 3 times higher than they were back when a lot of today's incumbents were doing the same thing.
Man, I remember for a while, Uber will give you a car or lease you a car. They still doing that? Like, even if you ain't had no whip, they'll find a way, that when they really, really, really wanted to get it popping, get it off the ground.
Now, where this could get really bad is what could happen if job losses continue. If even more people are forced into the gig economy, that would mean that even more people would end up competing for the same gigs, and that's without even considering that if people lose their regular jobs and end up delivering for Uber Eats, they won't have as much money to spend on Uber Eats.
Right.
Now, this process alone is actually not that unusual. It's basically how every demand-side economic downturn ever happens. Businesses lay off people, so households spend less money, so revenue falls, so businesses lay people off. If anything, it could almost be argued that gig work like this offers an additional layer of protection to people who lose their jobs, which is kind of what is happening right now. The problem is that if this becomes widespread enough, it can cover up the problem for a lot longer than it would otherwise take to realize something might be going wrong.
I think that's happening in a bunch of different sectors. Like, for instance, artificial intelligence is going crazy. It's taking over. And in fact, do you know that there are warehouses in a lot of places, manufacturing warehouses that are dark, meaning there's virtually no humans on the floor, just machines moving in concert. It's going to be more and more of that in the coming years, faster than you think. And then you'll just turn around and be like, I lost my job. And your assumption was you're going to get another job, but instead it's going to be a robot down there waiting for you. Oh, and did y'all see the new Optimus robots? Let me show y'all that, yo. Crazy. Optimus, I believe. Optimus 3. Bear with me, y'all. I'm dyslexic. I'll be they put Optimus Prime. That's what's up. All right, here go the new they sick with it.
If you don't understand the rules of power, you will certainly lose to someone who does.
Elon Musk has finally announced Tesla Bot Gen 3 and 6 new updates that he claims will make Optimus the definitive leader.
Now, to be fair, this video sounds like it was made by a robot too. The Optimus made it himself, so maybe some lies in there. The Optimus is totally safe, or whatever they might say.
Among humanoid robots,
you gotta call them they too,
in giants like Boston Dynamics and Unitree in the dust. The official premiere is expected in early 2026, and that is, without exaggeration, one of the biggest tech events of the coming year. Optimus is said to be mind-controlled, work in factories, cook, clean, and perform hundreds of other household chores. Engineers have even taught it to drive a car.
Yo, they are working hard on this. People miss slavery. White people and people miss slavery. White people miss slavery, and the people who didn't get a chance to get no slavery, like the Chinese. Well, the Chinese never really stopped slavery, and black people, everybody, they trying to bring back slaves. That's nobody wants to say it like that, but that's what a robot is. They're trying to get a humanoid robot to do everything you don't feel like doing, and we could get fatter and lazier as a people. I'm just saying, that's how I see it. That's how it appears.
Elon Musk assures us, quote, "It will not look like a robot. It will look more like a person in a robot costume." And there isn't an ounce of metaphor in these words. Tesla Bot Gen 3 is already surpassing its predecessors in every metric. It moves 3 times faster, performs tasks twice as accurately, and most importantly, it teaches itself. Literally. just by observing a human. In the labs of Palo Alto, these robots...
And this is Gen 3. This is Gen 3. I don't know if y'all understanding what this means. If this is Gen 3, dude, think about the iPhone 3 versus what you got in your pocket. The thick white brick that was revolutionary at the time. That's what these things are. This is the iPhone 3 of robots. What do you think the Optimus 16 gonna be like? It's gonna be like a whole dude next to you, just a whole, like just a homeboy.
Are already walking through Tesla offices. They greet employees, meet visitors, and can guide them to the correct department. If you get lost on the campus, just stop an Optimus. It'll get you to Elon better than an Uber. And this isn't a figure of speech. They truly move around the company grounds 24/7, navigating space without an operator. Now imagine a million such robots walking around the world. Yep, that's the goal Elon Musk has set. However, there's challenges. In his
and I don't know if you guys know this, but Elon has added incentive to get 1 million robots out because he gets $1 trillion, like flat out, not like not theoretical trillion. No, he gets a $1 trillion salary in the next few years if he gets these out. I think it's 2032 or something like that, maybe 5-6 years. To get 1 million robots out, they're gonna give him $1 trillion. I don't know if you need some help. You know, I'll do you need some robot salesmen? No, you probably get the robots to do that too, I guess.
Last address, Musk stated directly, quote, Optimus already knows how to walk in the park, but bringing it to market is an incredibly difficult task.
Well, goofy.
Creating a hand that is as dexterous and as functional as a human's, that is the real engineering abyss. Yet the hand is no longer the main problem. Musk has declared that he'll not pursue the robot at all unless he gets voting control of Tesla. His unprecedented demands, which include up to 25% of the company's stock and up to $1 trillion in compensation, have already caused a storm of criticism and concern. Elon, though, is unyielding. My, as you know, fundamental concern regarding the degree to which I control the voting at Tesla is that if I go and build this massive robot army, can I simply be outvoted at some point in the future? Now, why is...
All they're going to do is build something in there where he could take them back over and control it. And look, these things are just getting like and his robot still isn't even the best. Versus, what's the we'll see what they got. Optimus, come on, stop putting Optimus Prime. It's not Optimus. I think the other one is called Decepticons. Optimus versus whatever. Optimus 3 versus whatever. All right, here's a figure 3. Oh, this one was crazy. Look at these two. Look at these two.
Figure 03 and Tesla Optimus show two very different versions of robot running, and watching them together.
Son. Are you kidding me? You come to the office, they got these things running around all day. We cooked. Everybody's cooked. Whatever you doing, you think you could do, and they sent him in here.
Figure 03 and Tesla
Figure 03.
Optimus show two very different versions of robot running, and watching them together feels like seeing the future move forward.
Make them fight.
In real time. Figure 03 runs with a natural rhythm that feels almost human, shifting its weight smoothly and turning with ease. The motion looks familiar, even though the technology
like he had a little skip to it and everything. They could probably play ball.
Behind it is incredibly advanced. Tesla Optimus has made significant progress as well, especially when it comes to balance and stability. Its latest running clip shows a steady stride that highlights how quickly the project is improving. It may not change direction as sharply as Figure 03 yet, but every update brings it closer.
Crazy, huh?
If you enjoy videos about robotics and the future of artificial intelligence...
I don't know, we cook, man. We cook. I can't say it enough. And this is even, I don't even, what is Boston Dynamics got going on new? I checked their channel out. They don't have any like new stuff, but they've had robots that could flip and dance for a couple, maybe like a year now. I don't want to say a couple years, I'm not sure, but they've had this going on for a minute. It's not new. let's see what this is about. The title of this video is Mistress Almost Falls from the 10th Floor Window, Escaping the Lover's Wife. Oh, so she was, what? Okay, where is that? All right, so we're gonna read the we're gonna read the description first. Nerve-wracking footage shows a woman clinging to a windowsill while her lover watches. The cheating husband invited his mistress to his home. Dumb move. Only for his wife to return earlier than expected, grabbing a yellow pipe. They were oddly specific. She carefully began to descend, almost slipping and nearly plunging before alerting a neighbor to help her. That's crazy. Where is that? What country is this? America? Yo, that's a dedicated side piece, yo. Just hang out the window. Just go out the window and I'll be just hold on. You strong. I felt your grip. You got a good grip. Hold on. Just use them hands. Just right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna close it. Okay. Shh. 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 What's in Guangdong, China? Guangdong. Shout out to Guangdong, China. Who's down there yelling? Stop blowing it up. Let her hang on for a minute so you can get rid of wifey. Oh. Hey, hey. Oh. Oh. Oh, but she like a Chinese athlete. She out of here. She going down. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh. 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 What's up? Shut up. What's up? I didn't know they was hot in the ass like that in China.
说他太有病啊！我操，他不怕摔下来吗？
What? She got on the pole for that D. That's what's up, yo. Hey, she ain't almost slipped. She got it. She making them sounds too. She making them anime sounds. Y'all heard her? Shout out to the anime sounds.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Shut up. You can do it. Use your legs. Oh, he was like, this must be my lucky day. They got this raining hose. Don't drop her.
Oh.
She gotta be light. Is this another angle? For the D. His wife in there don't know what's going on. Hey, baby, how you doing? He think he got his girl out there just holding on. I bet when he came back and looked for her later and saw she was gone, he was like, oh my God. Her grip, but I should have gave her a rope or something. Couple sheets tied together. It's crazy. She got on a bubble skirt. Damn. Anyway, if you trying to get a side piece, get it from China. That's all I gotta say. All right, so this from Chig Smooth, Drake and DJ Academics and Joe Buttons react to Ebro from Hot 97 losing his job. They cut him off the other day. He said it had something to do with Jacob and Ishmael and all them, but everybody else said it's just because he was whack.
YouTube. Chig.
Shout out to Chig Smooth.
Been doing top 5 worst feelings ever. You get fired and you lose your job 2 weeks before Christmas, and nobody feels bad for you. Nobody's sympathizing with you. As a matter of fact, people actually feel like you deserve it. Now, yesterday, Ebro announced that his show, Ebro in the Morning, was no longer going to be on air. After 13 years on radio, the show is finally over. As of right now, Ebro plans to take the show to YouTube, which is a platform that Ebro has clowned a lot of people.
Right, he been dissing YouTube. He should be like, I see y'all on the podcast, but I'm on the broadcast. Welcome. Starting from zero, get your subscribers up. That's what's up.
People for using. Now, it's been a whole 24 hours later, and the overwhelming response from everybody is that they're happy Ebro lost his job. Even you guys, yes, you guys were all being harsh and mean in the comment section of my video yesterday. Somebody said, if we're being honest, this move is like 10 years overdue. Another person said, these dudes killed the NYC hip-hop scene. Somebody else said, Ebro is getting his karma. Now, if you're somebody like Ebro, you have to know this was coming. Everybody that you hated on, and also everybody that you shitted on, was going to come out with some kind of reaction towards you. Now, let's start off with Drizzy Drake. After Ebro called him a cancer earlier this year,
is not that important. The reason Drake's in this is because he is a sickness in the game. It could have been any artist. It's what Drake represents. We've been saying this for months.
And also,
woo! That's like, well. That must be the most humbling thing ever, for everything you said about others to become true to you.
Has had a lot of negative takes about Drake. Best believe Drake was going to be petty, and he was definitely not going to miss out on an opportunity to clown him. Drake commented the axe emoji on a post that said Ebro and his morning show gets axed, and now he's saying it's because of the right wing. I'm sure Drake was sitting back in his OVO mansion, taking a couple shots while he posted this emoji. Now, speaking of taking shots, one person that was sure enough to take a lot of shots at Ebro was Akademiks. Akademiks and Ebro have gone back and forth plenty of times. Akademiks has long felt like Ebro was gatekeeping him out of the industry. So, of course, when he heard Ebro got fired, best believe Akademiks fired up his stream and he went in. Here's what he said.
They looked at you like a low-level employee that was basically stealing change out the fucking cash register. Don't
like, what are you even doing here? Is he still here? They forgot he was there.
Act like you oh, I'm the only thing standing in the way of them in $500 million. No, they look at you as the little peon who every time they've trained you 50 times on how to stock the shelves and you still fuck it up.
Damn.
You ain't no big boss. They made sure you was not gonna have a Merry Christmas. It's talking like, yo, like the owners was like, yo, all right, everybody have a seat. This is the board meeting. Everybody have a seat. We need to raise $1 billion this coming year, but we have one thing stopping us. Old man Ebro. Man, fuck out of here. They look at you like the dumb that keeps fucking up the ice cream machine at motherfucking McDonald's. That's why they look at you. What the fuck this thing? Every time we get it to work, he uses it, it breaks. What is it wrong? Get him out of here. Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. They seen y'all bum-ass show that was hemorrhaging money over time. You overpaid, just ugly and untalented, but they seen y'all and be like, yo, this ain't y'all collecting the check. Y'all collecting a check like it's welfare, bro. Like, they just said enough.
Now, even DJ Vlad came out and made sure he got his...
Of course Vlad would jump in, pile on. Vlad always got something to say.
On Ebro and his co-host getting fired. Peter Rosenberg and Ebro do not rock with each other. These guys have hated each other for a long time, so of course hearing that your op lost his job close to Christmas, DJ Vlad could not wait to express his opinion on it. Vlad went on to dig up one of his old tweets from April this year, where he said, for all the up-and-coming hip-hop media outlets, look at Peter Rosenberg for what not to do. Same dead-end, low-paying radio job for 20 years. Never got a promotion. In fact, He got demoted when Ebro took the main position on the Hot 97 morning show. Spent 18 years uploading to his YouTube channel to only have 50K followers. Most of the videos he drops gets less than 1K views. Hated on every new media person who came in the game.
Damn, okay, that's a little bit of Saul on Saul violence, little Jacob. Look, I never heard of such a thing. I never see it. So all the black people to say that the Jewish people never go against one another. Here we go. DJ Vlad versus Peter Rosenberg. Okay, this is new.
Formed no relationship with any of us. Will ultimately retire broke and bitter. This morning, DJ Vlad said Vlastradamus predicted Rosenberg getting fired from Hot 97 8 months ago. This is why it's important to have your own business, build relationships with people in your field, and not act like your little corporate job is going to last forever.
And never forget, the people you see on your way up, you're going to see them same people on your way down. Wow. I wonder if Ebro can even do like drop-ins where people pay him to come on their podcast and stuff. Because if he was having a hard time getting numbers on the Hot 97 page, it's going to be more difficult for him alone. I don't know. Maybe he can go real hard. He'll probably come back. At least he got something to talk about. Everybody taking shots at him, so he might come out, with a new persona. Shave the beard. Come out different. You won't even know who he is.
That is a lot of hate. God dang, Vlad. Now he continues. Now that everyone's talking about Ebro on the morning show ending on Hot 97, let me explain the difference between radio and new media. Radio people were required to hate their competitors. Hot 97 and Power 105 fight over the same exact set of ears in the New York area. So management requires them not to work with their rivals. This is why bozos like Rosenberg always hated me, academics, and every other new media person. He just kept doing what his boss told him he should do. New media is totally different. There are billions of potential viewers, so everyone can carve out a lane for themselves and do well without stepping on anybody else's toes.
In fact, it pays more to collaborate with one another. That's what I was talking about before.
This is why you see academics, Adam 22, Trap Law Ross, Whack 100, Dancer Project,
get money.
Sean Cotton of Say Cheese,
get money.
Matt Hoffer.
Think what you want to think about them, but they out there, they working together, getting money.
1090 Jake, myself, and others all get along, do each other's podcast, share business info, and ultimately succeed together. Personally, I like our way better. Now, Joe Budden, who's actually
it's easier, less drama for no reason.
Pretty close with Ebro. He also spoke out on Ebro getting fired as well. And we got to find out that Ebro actually knew this was going to happen months ago. According to Joe, Ebro knew that upper management was not happy with them, especially with some of their views. Here's what he said.
All right, this pains me, but it's gotta happen, man,
again. Because you said Ebro
another one bites the dust.
Did it? Rosenberg followed up and did it. I just think it's something else there, and I think this is designed to get everybody to think it's one way.
It's an odd announcement while their ratings are up. Their ratings are doing really well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They want them to continue.
So it's an odd announcement at this time. However, we knew that there was an ownership change.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Ebro, even at my birthday dinner, was alluding to, hey, changes are coming. We know the game.
So we know it.
We work here, but we just got to be prepared for when it happens.
But in that instance, would they have removed all of the stuff mentioning the morning show from the website?
Well, yeah, if they plan on coming back with something else. And even if they don't, if they plan on just playing music through it, we can't have...
I know, but like interviews, all that shit, all that stuff is the IP of the station. Like, let's say you want to go look up an interview of the morning show with blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I think all that's still there on YouTube.
Oh,
all the content
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's
not on the website.
Most of their stuff lives on YouTube anyway, in terms of like the interviews and the podcast part of it, not the live radio portion. But I had just been hearing from people at Hot that I had heard rumors that the morning show was on its way out because of the ownership change, and there were a lot of complaints that the ownership change is destroying the legacy.
I wonder what's going to fill in
of a lot of these important people.
Or will they just play music? No, they're going to probably syndicate from somewhere else. That'll be terrible. On Hot 97, I don't know. We'll see. We'll keep our eyes open.
But again, that don't mean that what y'all saying isn't true. I hope they're moving to a new time slot. But I'm really, really disappointed.
Like I said, everything going into tech.
And when is this effective?
And you might have
Now.
And immediately.
Yeah, they said immediately.
You might have a whole bunch of salary issues.
Yeah.
You know, these people come in and they don't have emotional connection to the team, to the staff, to these people. A lot of time new niggas come in, they just looking at numbers.
You think that's good or bad?
What I'm
to
saying?
not have emotional connection to a team.
You need.
I mean, I think it's important to change at some point anyway. What was he supposed to stay on there forever? It's a different change of attitude. It's a different change of principles. You know, you need somebody younger. It's hip hop. You know, let's be honest. You know,
somebody who's like that, because somebody's got to look at.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Breakfast Club was next. I'm not saying soon, and I'm not wishing that on them because, you know, I enjoy the Breakfast Club, but, you know, it's going to be a time where they're going to pass, you know, move to the next thing too.
The numbers soberly and not care about the emotional ties.
Yeah, a lot of times.
But sometimes when you have too many of those people,
yeah, then it's bad.
You lose the audience, you lose the soul of the place, and then you lose the people because it's
just about that.
It's just about dollars and cents,
I agree
man.
with that.
And that's the thing I hate. And this is my least favorite thing about being in media. Is you almost never get to say goodbye to your audience. If this is indeed a goodbye, you don't ever get a proper goodbye. I have never, the closest I ever came to proper.
He just let you go, just cut you off. I mean, that's a job. Most jobs you don't unless you retire. It happens sometimes.
Goodbye was on Black News Channel because I had gotten, they told us that our check was going to be late, like that day. And I was like, that probably means we're not coming back. So I got to give a quasi goodbye to my audience.
We're not going to exactly get paid today, not like you normally do.
But I couldn't announce it because what if we came back on Monday? But at least was able to say I love working with y'all. Just know how much I appreciate y'all. But I've never had an opportunity to say like thank you. You know what I mean on any show. And most radio hosts, no matter how long you work there, you don't get to say goodbye. I mean, people worked the Today Show for 20 years and don't get that.
That's crazy.
It's funny now that you say that. That's my experience too.
Right?
I didn't get to say goodbye on Everyday Struggle. I didn't get to say goodbye on State of the Culture. Yeah. It's just,
does that mean these decisions are emotionally made, or they just made without? If you work for somebody, the decision is made without you as the personality, as the worker. So you know, you just get an announcement, so they can do it however they want. And if they don't feel emotional attachment or a need, particularly if it was about numbers, they like, yo, why do one more show? We trying to stop the bleeding right now.
Kind of.
It's over. It's fucked up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is.
Ebro has been in Hot 97 since my entire music career.
Yeah, he got 30 there. Yeah, if not 30, close to 30.
My entire career, he's been there from before he was the program director.
Lex gone too.
My Hot 97 thing. Ebro's the OG. So, and be clear, Ebro is set up elsewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
Peter Rosenberg is set up elsewhere.
Yeah, see, firing for these guys doesn't mean poor. It just means it's an ego blow. It means your status has been removed.
Or I'm unsure about. I'm not close enough with her to be able to say, but those most of them should be fine. Most of them should be fine, whether they have a show on Hot 97 or not. I'm interested to see the direction that Hot goes in the morning, because the morning show is a very important drive.
And that's why I think it's something else here, yo. Like, again, it ain't just them three on that show in the morning. I listen to them. It's
about 6 people.
Yeah, it's about 6 people. It could just be a shakeup in that sense. Well, this show as it is.
My man Shawnee works on that show. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Shawnee, man. Good people over there.
Yeah, always.
Good people over there and a good show. It is a sad day.
I don't know, y'all. Let me know what you think. You think Ebro gonna bounce back? You think he gonna land on his feet like a cat? Like a cat? I saw the story. Let me see if I can find it. I normally have things lined up. I didn't really get an opportunity to line as many things up as I would have liked to today. But I saw this one story. What was it? Oh yeah. Okay, so so this lady traveled 3 hours to confront a white man who left a racist comment on her post. Y'all see my a poor spelling. Commenteer. to confront Commandeer. I don't know. I'm not. Let's try to find a good one. Okay, I like Fawcett Media. Okay, the title of this video coming from Fawcett Media is "Woman Drives 3 Hours to Confront Someone in Her Comments." She was sensitive.
It is with a heavy heart that I will have to inform some individuals that their lives might be irreparably damaged from what I do, whether that be today or tomorrow. After making 2 small posts about District 7 in Tennessee, many people felt that this was their opportunity to come under my comment section and leave hateful, absolutely disturbing comments. And I think it is evident that y'all have never met an individual like myself.
Okay, she need her get back.
You all heard about this, the villain you made story. This woman here, it's the ultimate story in internet in the 21st century, because a lot of
it should be called "Say It to My Face." I think that's what I'm gonna title my video. Say it to my face.
If you all don't realize that a lot of your information out there is accessible. Yes, I'm talking to you, all of you commenters who are on burner accounts who think you can say something slick, throw a rock, and
we can find you. Not me. I don't care. Y'all can say whatever you want. I get. People insult me every day. I somewhat find a sick pleasure in it. I don't know what that's all about.
Hide your hand. Well, this is the ultimate form of FAFO.
FAFO.
If you know those initials,
F around
or if you
and
don't,
F out.
look 'em up.
Oh no, I'll find out. My bad.
I think this is the right building. I think this is his car.
Says this is nefarious. Stop messing with folks. She drove 3 hours.
All right.
Track them down.
Let's see how this goes.
Hello?
Hello. I'm looking for a mic. Does a mic work here?
Yeah.
Can I speak to him?
Sure. What's this about?
Are you Mike?
Yeah.
Can I step inside? It's cold. Sure. Thank you. How you doing? Nice to... So, a couple days ago, you left a comment under somebody's comment section. Do you remember that by any chance?
Not really.
He don't even remember. And see, that's the thing. That's why I don't care. When people say mean stuff about me, I'm like, yo, were you to confront him? He don't even know what's going on. He don't remember her face, and he probably said something horrible to her. These are people, it's like, I consider it like when you ever talk to the TV. Look at you. Why are you so stupid? Why are you doing this, that, and the third? That's what I consider it. So if the comments, if people say mean things in the comments, I don't take them to heart. But obviously, this lady is not to be trifled with. Here we go.
Under somebody's comment section? Do you remember that by any chance?
Not really.
It was regarding Tennessee, District 7. Yeah, well, John, you don't know me, I don't know you, but I was that person that you commented under. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy world.
Crazy, son.
But I just wanted you to know, you see how easy I found you? It's not.
She switched. She turned to misery. She's like, that's crazy. You see how easy I found you? What a thing to say to someone. Did you see how easy I found you? What's going to happen now?
You commented under. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Crazy
world.
Crazy world.
But I just wanted you to know, you see how easy I found you? It's not cool, right? No. Yeah.
I know a chill came over his body when she said that.
Right.
Imagine if that had been somebody who wasn't
so chill. What if she reached in her purse right after that? Yeah, it's funny. It's crazy. I found you so crazy.
Smiling and being nice. Who's obviously a little touched because she, normal people wouldn't take this amount of effort.
Not that serious,
She is so invested. And when you find out what he said, you'll see why it set her off. I'm actually in agreement with her impetus for making this move, but her methods, yeah, it's a little much.
So I'm going to give you the opportunity and apologize, or I'm going to show your wife the ground account I found. How do you feel about that?
She said the man got a Grindr account.
Oh, with them boys.
She gonna tell his wife. Now, I was saying it would be bad if she had
if you was really vindictive, I wouldn't have done none of this. You should have just sent it to his wife. Now, and then showed up at his house and let him know who did it. But then he might have been mad when he seen you.
Weapon here, but that might just be just about as bad as a weapon, yo. She is literally going to ruin his life. Yeah, that's a lot for a comment.
Right. It's crazy world out here. So I did make this apology. In case, you don't have to. I understand it's hard, but all you have to do is read this nice little apology I wrote. Thank you. Go ahead.
Mike. Do apologize.
He's reading it. He's actually reading it.
First of all, I don't even know if I believe this. In the new AI Sora era and all that, I don't really believe anything. So I don't know if I believe this, but if this was actual, this is kind of hilarious. She's sticking him up with a piece of paper. Need that apology about you.
He's reading it. He's actually reading it.
For my actions.
Mm-hmm.
I see the consequences of my actions. And I will not do
Say it louder.
I will not do this to anyone else again.
What'd he say?
Oh, good job, Mike. Thank you. I'll take that back from you. Yeah, I need that for other people. It was really
You signing and get it notarized?
nice meeting you. And
The villain you made.
If it's true.
Now that was gangster. That's some mob. That's a mob move. You see?
do you remember that, right?
And she did it while smiling. Like, you all do not know who
That's what made it scarier.
you're talking to on the other end of the comments. That's what the lesson should be of this. But she made a couple miscalculations, like by making this a TikTok and making this veiled threat. You can't measure crazy, right? You can't measure how somebody is going to react to a comment that you make. And you might say, oh, well, words shouldn't be able to drive you to that place. You don't know what people are capable of. Can you imagine if she came up there and was on some other timing?
Right.
It could have been a real dark scene. You understand what I'm saying?
Besties, they say the villain you made is going to jail, and I hate that for her. They're saying it's
They're gonna lock her up. Let me find out. I mean, it is. I don't know. What's the crime?
blackmail because she drove 3 hours and coerced that man into giving an apology. And honestly, I'm like, who gives a damn? But damn, when I think about it, she did private her account. And like Bestie put me in, but like, cause I sent that friend request, but like, no, I'm mad. But at the same time, when she drove up there and said, you need to read this statement or I'm going to release your Grindr account to your wife, baby. First of all, that was the coolest shit I've ever seen somebody do. But then secondly,
it was really gangster. It was like,
yeah,
I just want to show you that I can touch you.
Right.
You know?
That's crazy. That's crazy. We would meet like this. This is, oh man.
I can reach out and touch you.
I'm worried that the internet is now going to be against her because like, and when I say the internet, like she put the proof that she blackmailed that man. And he gonna say he was intimidated. Like he's gonna say, "Oh, I was scared for my life." And you know how they do. So I'm just worried. I'm worried, girl. Please, let me know y'all thoughts. Please let me know y'all thoughts.
I don't know. What's the charge? Is it blackmailing if there's no money involved? Can you blackmail someone for an apology? And if that's true, what's the charge? I mean, what's the penalty for that? How much time can you get for that?
Really invested in this, man. TikTok never ceases to amaze me, man. It's like its own ecosystem. It's its own world.
The villain you made has changed social media for me forever. Forever.
That's right. Ease up on the mean comments.
Anytime I see something that is super interesting to me, other than liking and scrolling and just assuming I can come back at any time, I'm going to immediately follow that person. I was up at 2 a.m. I saw her confronting a man at 3. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a story. I saw her stating, hey, people that try to do what I do may not get the same results, so don't do as I do. And I kept scrolling. I see 30,000 people make videos about the situation. So I'm like, let me go back to try to see what went down. Let me try to like break this down.
Yeah, her page is private right now. So a lot of people that were trying to find out the information and what actually happened, other than that one video, she's private now. At least her page wasn't taken down, but you can imagine that might be a next course of action for a platform like TikTok.
Oh, is that real black? I guess because you tried to use his private information against him. I guess intimidation. So I don't know. That seems like a real gray area of the law to me. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think.
She went private. Bruh, she ain't letting nobody in. We sitting there like, yo, let us in.
She got an audience in there. 111,000 people already in there. So,
Please, we want the tea, the drama. But no, you didn't hit that follow button. You got the entertainment and didn't hit that follow button. You didn't want to stay with me. You just wanted the tea. And I'm like, So now, to figure out what Mike did, I got to look at the people that was in, the people that made it,
right.
The people that stayed. And
well, I actually know what Mike did. I actually found this young lady who seems to know what
she know Mike?
Mike said to elicit that reaction.
Okay.
Want to know why she drove 3 hours to confront this Mike person? I'm going to leave Mike's comments right here.
Let me see.
Pause to read.
Juneteenth, MLK Day, Black History Month, Kwanzaa is the list just keeps getting bigger. At what point will you people be grateful and stop effing whining?
15th, MLK Day, Black History Month, Kwanzaa, the list just keeps getting bigger. At what point will you people be grateful and stop effing whining? He said something black fatigue. I'm tired of the unruly N-word mentality, or mentally, can't spell, and lack of basic home training has nothing to do with whining. I'm not sure if you notice, but a lot more W folks are speaking out on your BS lately. I just happen to be one of them. That's a refrain that's been going on over the internet. When you think about all the years that came prior to that, now all of a sudden some people are tired. They have black fatigue. The nerve of you. Black people cry all the time and about how they're mistreated because they're black. God forbid white guy says BS, then you uppity Negroes get...
Whoa, he said uppity Negroes. I thought that was a fantasy term my grandmother used to use.
All worked up and tried to deflect. It's actually funny as F to me. I'm just sitting back waiting for your 13% that does 50% of all the violent crimes in America, which that number has been challenged. Some people actually were in debate about this because of the population. They want to say that 50% of all the violent crime is committed by black people. But he's waiting for them to set it off so we can finish this once and for all. So that's what sent this lady on a mission.
He was waiting for the war.
Funny, he didn't sound as tough when he was confronted at his place of work by this young lady. So I think this should be a lesson.
Don't worry, all he got to do is get fired, go on the internet, cry a little bit, and the peoples will send him some money. He'll be good. He'll be better than he was in the first place.
Listen to a lot of people that out there.
Hold on, I don't know if this is true. This just in. Apparently, Funkmaster Flex stepped in at Hot 97's new morning voice. I caught that on Baller Alert. I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm gonna look deeper into it. Right after this, after we finish up.
They're keyboard gangstering, that are typing it up. You don't want to do that because this woman might pull up on your doorstep and she might be a little not wrapped too tight. Drove 3 hours to see if you're going to stand on what you said. And that's the problem with this current era of internet. I guess there's always been comments that people been loose at the lips, but why are people so comfortable talking in these ways without actually having any real knowledge of the situation, just having a hunch or a feeling. There's no logical reason for why that argument he felt was accurate. He just felt like it was, and he found some numbers.
All right, my stuff kicking in. I need to see what's up with this flex. It's funny because in the comments, people are saying that nobody wants to hear hooting and hollering on their way to work. There's enough to deal with at the office. I really enjoyed Ebro in the morning. Somebody else was like, that's a lot going on for the AM spot. The last thing we want to hear is this N-word's voice early in the morning. I'm trying not to cuss y'all or use the N-word. It's probably going to slip out because I'm me. Everybody's like, we saw this coming. I didn't see this coming. Somebody else was like, bombs at 9 a.m. is crazy. Anyway, apparently Funkmaster Flex is supposed to be taking over Ebro in the morning spot. Let's see if we can find some more information on that, because I just saw it from Baller Alert. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't type. I don't see nothing like that. Maybe we go to the regular internet. Let me see. Okay, this is what the AI overview is saying. Funkmaster Flex isn't hosting a permanent morning show, but recently stepped up to cover mornings at NYC's legendary Hot 97. After the abrupt departure of Ebro in the morning in mid-December 2025, bringing his signature energy and hip-hop culture to the crucial morning drive slot, at least temporarily, amidst the station's shakeups. He's known for his long tenure, iconic mixtapes, and the influence on the hip-hop radio, transitioning from his usual evening slot as the station revamps his lineup. So he is there technically. I knew people was going to make it like it was something else. So he is there technically for the time being, but we don't know if it's going to be the real thing. Like people said, it is kind of a lot of yelling. That's going to be a lot for early in the morning. But I mean, it's Flex though. Maybe I'm just a nostalgia guy. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just rooting for the old school, but I'm not mad at hearing Flex in the morning. Maybe he'll do some interviews and stuff. He not exactly, I don't know what kind of show he's going to have per se, but I don't see anybody else reporting on this. Stop doing that. Nothing. All right, let's see if I can Ebro fired, and I guess this is really new. Let me know what y'all think. Is Flex too much for early in the morning? Do y'all not want to hear that? Dropping bombs, screaming. All right, what else we got going on? Oh, yeah. I don't really like doing shootings and all that stuff, man. But something crazy happened at Brown University. Hopefully, okay. Let me, let's see the latest on that. All right, so they said they got the person of interest in custody. Let's see what's going on.
So another police department involved, cooperating with Providence Police as well. Of course, all of this unfolding starting just after 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon at the Barrison Holley building, the houses the School of Engineering on the Brown University campus along Hope Street right there. 2 people dead, 9 others in critical condition at this hour, but we're told they are stable. We don't have any idea on the identities of the victims, whether they were actually students or what relation they had to Brown University, but obviously being in a building where there are labs and classrooms at the time, and this is final exam period, we can safe to assume that they are somehow connected to the university. but we don't want to speculate on exactly the identities of them at this point. We do know there were some exams scheduled at that time throughout the building as well, between the hours of 2 and 5 p.m. Shelter in place was in effect on the campus of Brown University all through the night, going from last night when the shooting happened. It was lifted just a little over an hour ago, about 5:45 this morning. Brown issued an alert, a statement saying that the shelter in place had been lifted. We do know that about 500 students were staying at a Brown University athletic complex overnight as a shelter. They were told to stay there. Others were told to stay in wherever their respective residences were. Our crews on scene, we have Abby Budakvoli and Miley Levine, who are on the campus of Brown University throughout the morning, starting at 6 o'clock this morning.
All right, but now they have new information on who they have in custody.
We do continue to follow all of the latest information coming in out of Providence, Rhode Island, as we do now know from authorities there that a quote-unquote person of interest is in custody in connection with the situation yesterday where there was gunfire on campus, 2 people killed and at least 9 others wounded. Brian Yennis has been over there with Fox News covering this all throughout the morning and joins us now live with the latest. And Brian, a lot of information kind of revealed, but a lot that we really still don't know at this point.
Josh, that's exactly right. Just to catch our viewers up, this shooting at Brown University happened at just after 4 p.m. yesterday. And since then, there really has been a fear and a lockdown at Brown University and here in Providence and the surrounding community. The only video that authorities released was the video you see on your screen, which shows the person of interest dressed in black walking out of the Ivy League school's physics and engineering building.
Like a security guard or something.
Moments after the suspected gunman opened fire in a classroom inside of that building where students were studying for final exams. We know 11 students were shot. 2 of those students sadly died from their wounds, and then 9 others were wounded. We know 7 of those students are in stable condition at a hospital. 1 remains in critical condition, and another was actually discharged from the hospital, so a bit of good news. But going back to the person of interest, that was caught this morning at about 3:45 this morning in Coventry, Rhode Island, about 20 miles south of Brown University. This individual is described simply as a man in his 30s. And we also know that authorities also recovered not a handgun, but they recovered 2 extended 30-round magazines for that handgun, and they also know that this gunman fired 49mm rounds inside of that classroom. This has been just an incredible ordeal here in Providence and at Brown University. The university has now lifted its lockdown that was in place since the moments after.
It's insane how common this is now. Like literally, if I don't release this video in 24 hours, nobody else will be talking about it. No, let's say 72 hours. What's that, 3 days? At that point, it'll be possibly another one. We living in a time where people are lost and information is spread so quickly that it's come to just a head to where anybody who comes up, like I remember when something like this was a crazy anomaly. Like when Columbine happened, for instance, I'm old enough to remember that. Like when it really popped off, like we all stopped and just were in awe at the just the how savage and brutal such a thing was. Like it was like vigils. We followed the families and the kids. They were holding candles and hugging together. They kept showing the footage of people jumping out of windows, and now it's once a month at least. And not to even mention all the regular shootings. I don't know what you can and can't say because I don't normally cover stuff like this. I get a little bit upset about it, but something has to be done. I think it has a lot to do with the way we are not connecting with people that are young. like I think a certain measure of humanity is being lost with our super connection throughout the internet and social media, and the world becomes like a video game to some people. I don't think people are even taking the loss of life as serious. You know, now in a philosophical sense, one could say, listen, we all going to live for a while and we're going to die. So maybe it isn't, but it is to me. And I think a lot of the young people, I mean, they said the dudes are like maybe 30 or something. They don't know. You know, the way dudes are looking and living today, he might be 22. But if we don't bring humanity back, bring a certain level of community back, and I hate to say it, although I'm doing the same thing, stop giving platform to stuff like this. A lot of people do this stuff to be famous because they felt like nothing, or they had a moment where they snapped, and this would make them feel full, like a human again, to cause so much pain. I know this is nothing funny about this or whatever, but this is tough stuff. I was hoping to learn some more information about the shooter. Apparently they don't have a mugshot or anything like that. You know, the whole racial component, I know that's going to play a part. Is he black? Is he white? Did he come here from another country? Was he a migrant? I don't care where he is or where he came from. No one can argue that this happens in our country a lot. Now, to be fair, we do have a huge country. You know, America is much larger than most other, let's say, European nations. You can't really say Asian because, you know, China's huge and they got tons and tons of people. But they also don't have tons and tons of guns. And they got tons of government control. And is that what we want? Is that the answer? That's not the answer. I'm telling you, the answer is more humanity, more connection. Maybe there should be maybe we should shut the internet off once a week or something. I don't know.
After yesterday's shooting at 4 p.m. and in the overnight hours, some 2,000 students were evacuated from admissions and academic buildings throughout the university within a security perimeter. And so for hours here, not only were authorities for 15, 16 hours looking for the suspected gunman, but they were also evacuating students, methodically looking and clearing all of those buildings at the university at the same time. And those students were then sent to a gym, and then from the gym they were sent to a hotel and shelter. So it's been
let's do something light. I had enough of that. What's going on over here? Oh yeah, y'all know Krishan Rock got beat up. They beat her up. I don't know how much I can show. All right, so the title of this video coming from All Urban Central is Krishan Rock throws hands with 3 goons after having a prayer circle. So she was praying. Somebody punched her in the mouth? Okay. So she out in LA listening to the Ghetto Boys. She got a song out. I forgot she be doing music too. Oh, it's about God. That's what's up.
Accept Jesus as your Lord. I just want to do that with y'all real quick. It's going to take 2 seconds. So I believe God sent his only son to die for my sins, my limitations, my brokenness, my shortness, my shortcomings. Thank you, Lord God, for leaving the Holy Spirit, which is my best friend, and rest with my soul, that will navigate me through the promised land. Okay, amen. Now it's angels in heaven rejoicing because...
Is they supposed to repeat all this? Oh, after the amen, you good.
Whoever wasn't saved is saved today. So if you think you was going to hell, if you was confused, you're not. We just put the nail in the coffin. We are going...
So this is the same day? Hold on. This is a big cut. We cut from praying in the street to fighting in the street. I don't understand what happened. What's the argument?
No. Hey.
Turn the other cheek.
Hey, get in there. Krishan, get in there. Krishan, get in there.
What happened to the people you was praying with?
Get in.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why. All right, so I guess she's gonna give us some information about how and why this happened.
Look at my face. Untouched. So this what happened. I'm in so I did the parade. Then it was like this other thing. I don't know where it was at, but it had a moon balance stage, but it had so many kids. So I'm playing basketball, football. Right before I leave, I did a prayer circle at the parade, but I did another prayer circle at the basketball court. All right, everybody accepting Jesus is Lord, da-da-da. We get to walking, because we about to go to my car. I'm going to my car. It's this one nigga, he trying to come off cool, nice, and I'm like, he had an angle.
It was dudes?
And then it's a girl, she recorded. I'm like, he talking. I put her phone down. She tried to swing. I said, okay. I said, one-on-one. One-on-one. All that. Because at this point, I get it. I'm a celebrity. But I am not a BITCH. I didn't even come for all that, which I try to come. Then you could tell she was scared. She hiding behind people with a phone. Talking about she cracked me. One-on-one.
But why though?
Let's get this one-on-one out the way. All right, boom. They like, Krishan, you gotta leave. You know what I did? I posted up and sat on a bench. Leave where? I am not the one to be like trying to put fear in their heart. I'm not one of those girls you can test like that get scared. No, I'm not. I'm gonna sit here. What is the problem? All right, boom, I'm sitting on the bench. This one girl, she walk up. I'm still worried about the one girl that tried to swing because I put her phone down. Like, what are you trying to record in my face for? Trying to be smart. What you trying to be?
So the beef was she swatted somebody's phone because they put it in her face.
Whatever, right? I straight shoot her up. She fell on her butt. And she went to the ground. Another girl. Baba. It's crazy because where was all of this when I was praying? Where was all of this when I was playing basketball, football? I was just...
Things letting you wear yourself out.
Right when I'm about to leave, that's when y'all want to show y'all, you know? I forgot.
They let you finish. They let you finish doing what you was doing. They couldn't beat you up in the middle of the prayer circle. That wouldn't have been right.
I had to fight. I'm going to be honest, bro. So, boom, she get to trying to crack. She pulled my hair. Crack. Crack. You know what they do? Krishan, come on, we gotta go. Krishan, we gotta go. No, we don't. What is going on? I'll be the last one to leave. What? Straight up. What? Baby already put my son up. He already gone. He left. What's up?
Right, and was you still holding the baby? They hit you with the baby? Somebody else probably had the baby.
Krishan, get in the car. I sit in the car with the door open. This is the thing about it. I am not no BITCH, bro. I'm not even in no... All the girls that was trying to fight took a picture. Fanned out. You feel me? Then y'all gotta... Ooh. What? Marsh, did I not? I told Marsh, leave. Go get the babies. You gone. It's all kids. It's all kids around us. Marsh, go take the kids out the way. Bye. What? You don't need me? No. I'm gonna be honest. 2 of my brothers caught life. I'm not scared of nothing. Okay, you try and swing.
All right, enough of her talking. She was mad. Oh yeah, did y'all see T.I. T.I. with his dreads? His dreads very far apart. Got patches. You got a patchy lawn. Just let it go, T.I. I didn't even know you had dreads or nothing. What are you doing? Like he went to the Africans. They twisted him to death. They in the hat. You left some in the hat. That's such an odd way to go bald. Like, cause it's a couple strong ones. Like, this is a strong area here, right here. That's a strong area here. So it's some little spots. That's what's up. Don't hat fish him, T.I. Cut it off. Man, shout out to T.I. I still think he one of the best. He just, because people get older, they want to go into their dreadlock phase like Jay-Z or whatever, and it just ain't really, it ain't for you. You should have did it sooner. Now is your baldy phase. There's nothing wrong with the baldy for an older gentleman. What else happened? Oh, I did want to show y'all those dark warehouses. How many robots does it take to run a grocery store? What's that?
This is a grocery packing warehouse in the southeast of London. Folks have ordered their groceries online, and instead of people walking up and down the aisles of a traditional grocery store to pick up items, these little devices move more than 1 million items every day between them. Instead of trying to build machines that fit into a world designed for humans,
we cooked.
This entire facility, the size of 7 football fields, is custom built to make this as efficient as possible. I cannot get across on camera just how incredibly large this whole place is. The top speed of those boxes is about 14 kilometers an hour, and they pass within 5 millimeters of each other when they move. So, how many robots are there in the hive? Well, that depends on how you count them.
What you're looking at behind me is the hive. We've got the grid, which is the metal structure. It's filled with product. So that product is housed within what we call totes, or these open boxes that you can see at the top of the grid. We have around 2,300 bots, and they move the stock around the warehouse so that we can pair it up with customer orders to be delivered.
They don't need breaks. They don't need time off. They don't have a baby. They don't need paternity leave. They don't need any of that. They just flick the switch and it rolls. I'm telling y'all, we cook.
The bots will move in the X and Y direction. They can also move in the Z direction. So we have a cable hoist system that means that they can lower down a gripper assembly and grab onto the stock that we have in the grid. In some areas, we have as deep as 21 totes all in a line.
Crazy.
We have sensors underneath the bot that mean that every time it passes over one of the squares on the grid, it has a laser.
They don't steal.
Underneath it that can tell when it moves over that cell. So it will say, I've passed a cell, I've passed a cell, I've passed a cell. We have around 58,000 different types of individual products within the grid. We'll use the huge amounts of data that we gather to understand what customers are most likely to order and place them in the easiest to reach locations for bots. All of that combined means that we can have stock into the warehouse and out again from our suppliers into a delivery van in just 5 hours.
The robots deliver their crates over to the packing area. Some of that packing is done by humans, but there are mechanical arms as well.
Right.
One of the big problems
As soon as there'll be no humans, only a mechanical arms down there.
got to solve is that.
Let me show y'all the dark warehouses. I don't know why that's maybe because I'm Dark Mark. Who knows? But I'm Tis. No. But they got dark warehouse manufacturing. This is crazy. This is out the Matrix. Let me show y'all this. That go on. These all look AI. I'm trying to get y'all one inside of a real one. All right, here we go. My bad, algorithm down.
Okay, cool.
What they selling?
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
With lights dimmed and no workers in sight, this car factory in China uses hundreds of robots to churn out dozens of electric vehicles
Crazy.
an hour, 24/7. This is a dark factory.
They don't even turn on the lights. They don't need lunch breaks. They don't even turn on the lights.
An area of the plant so automated and with so little human presence that, in theory, the lights could be completely shut off. Factories like this one are part of China's bid to use hyper-automation to dominate the electric vehicle or EV market. But the furious trade war between Washington and Beijing raises a key question. Who is going to buy all these new cars? For decades, the abundance of cheap labour explained why China was seen as the world's factory floor. But the economy is changing.
Labor costs had been going up in China for many years. I think it happened faster than many people in the West expected. And so if you're a factory owner, you want to find a way to blunt the impact of that.
They tired of working for change because stuff is getting better in China. You know, they got all them tall buildings and all that stuff to buy. They're like, we're not working in here for no pennies. We got to buy some of this Chinese stuff. We want to buy some of this stuff we making.
And automation is one very obvious way.
Rapid advancements in robotization has helped create what is now known as dark factories.
当我们在焊装车间有800多台机器人同时在工作，这里边呢几乎可以实现完全关灯生产。
Turn out the lights. Turn out the lights.
This is Zeekr, a Chinese luxury EV maker founded in 2021, whose
We're
cars
about to get romantic in the warehouse.
is Zeekr, a Chinese luxury EV maker founded in 2021, whose cars cost up to $125,000
Nice.
a piece. In its flagship factory in northeastern China, the automaker can already produce up to 300,000 cars a year, or more than 800 cars a day. For comparison, Tesla has similar production levels, but it took more than a decade to achieve this volume.
And this is why China is going to beat us. We got a lot of regulations and human rights laws and stuff like that China is just not dealing with. They want something done, they do it. They want something built, they build it. It's just that simple. I point, you build. That's the Xi Jinping way. Shout out to Xi Jinping. All right, I'm about to get out of here, but let me. All right, because we got to do the show later on, my brother. Yeah, let's just do that. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back.